Hey, good morning. It's Mark Shepard, and it is day 2 here. Actually, day 3 that I'm in Las Vegas, but it's day 2 of this conference that I'm doing with Kim Seltzer, and it's her Makeover Blueprint Conference. That's the actual correct name. And of course, the minute I turn on the video camera, the grounds crew starts jackhammering. Sometimes that's life, you know? And the sun is coming up. I'm in shade now, but the sun is obviously up. It's in the palm trees behind me. And I'm gonna maybe take a little walk with this just because I want to get away from the jackhammers. I gotta put my man purse on. By the way, this phone is so huge that it's not going in a pocket. You gotta have a fanny pack or a man purse, and fanny packs are not cool, so it's the next best thing is the man purse. By the way, we live in very, very interesting times. And if you are feeling freaked out by the recent election, I just want to urge you to relax about it. Because here's the deal. And just check in with your body and just see if this is true. We don't have control over who becomes president, ultimately. And the president and who he is has never really determined the ultimate fate of this country. Because there's a lot of other things going on, right? We not only have the Senate and the House and the judiciary, that's the whole idea, checks and balances. That's why this country actually is pretty cool, because we're set up to avoid someone who could literally... Oh, there's a bird. I love birds. Our country is set up to avoid someone like the beloved Mr. Trump from running amok. However, there's a third or a fourth group, maybe the fifth estate, I don't know. Oh yeah, we have the fourth estate, we have the press, which unfortunately is owned by the fifth estate. And the thing is, one of the things I preach from my soapbox is to stop listening to the mainstream media, right? Stop listening to the mainstream media. The real information is available, it's on the internet, but you have to dig a little bit to find out what's really going on. And ultimately, our country is run by the corporations. And some people think that's a bad thing, some people think it's a good thing. But keep in mind, the corporations thrive on stability. They are not going to allow Mr. Trump to get away with murder. So I just want you to feel a little bit better if you're crazy liberal. I'm beyond liberal. I'm kind of a nonconformist, and I see how our culture is kind of, in many ways, not healthy because of all the media saturation and the mass hypnosis that's going on. That's just my opinion. That's my point of view. But it comes as I've always been an outsider observing other people, because I'm kind of convinced I'm a little autistic in the best possible way. I'm not your typical person, right? And you aren't either if you're watching this. And the thing is, there's enough of us around who can make sense and in our own lives do the right thing for ourselves and for this country and for the people we love. And so to the men out there, it's time to man up without being a bully or an asshole like Mr. Trump, right? And to the women, it's time to realize that you have so much more power than you have ever imagined. And if Hillary wasn't the right candidate, somebody else is, right? And we made it through George W. Bush, we made it through Ronald Reagan, you know, and some very conservative people will say, well, we made it through Jimmy Carter, or we made it through the Clinton years. Ultimately, it's going to be okay, right? What my favorite saying is, why does it work out better than you can possibly imagine? And I use that for a reason, because I was a very highly anxious person. And anxiety is imagining a future that you don't want, right? A future that is horrible and bad. So you can stop feeling bad right now about the election by changing your interpretation of it, because we all need to be challenged. And Donald Trump will shake things up. And the conversation will have to be had about men as leaders and women as leaders, and how we can connect from the masculine, from the authentic masculine, and from the authentic feminine, and allow our different styles of seeing the world and leadership to actually work together. However, power has always been corruptive and ruthless. So understand that it's the big boys game out there, and these people are playing for keeps. Right? They're serious about wanting more power. So the thing is, the only way we can stop them is by talking to each other and listening and having a dialogue and putting the truth out on the internet. And hopefully they won't control that. They're not yet. They're trying to. So protect that, preserve that. Speak your truth and know that you, in your own small sphere of influence, where you have control, you can make a difference in the world by being true to yourself. By being true to yourself and by focusing on your path, your purpose, your path with heart. Who are you really? And what did you come here for? Who are you really? And what did you come here for? Stop worrying about other people. Stop worrying, in fact, and start working on yourself, on making yourself the most flexible, resourceful, fluid warrior of love, of hope, of peace that you can possibly be. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. Those are my thoughts this morning. I think it's Friday. I don't know what the date is. I'm somewhere in Las Vegas at a casino, and they smoke inside. And I don't like that. But there's nothing I can do about it, right? I didn't make the law, so I'm staying outside as much as possible, and I'm not hanging out where the slot machines are. That's it. All right? Peace. Have a great day. I love you.